Bit of a lonely life we come back to, huh? I mean, of course we've got Dexter here, but with our daughter away, and I don't think we're sure yet what happened to our wife. I don't know, it feels like maybe we enjoy this work a little bit. Maybe we even enjoy the excitement and actually being really good at something. Or maybe I'm reading too far into it. Either way, it's not like we have a choice. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crime Scene Cleaner. And I am so happy that you guys wanted more of this because I want more of it too. So I am more than pleased to make this into something of an occasional series. Because there are many, many more gruesome sites to clean up, and, well, our employer, at least so far, seems to think very highly of us, and we want to keep it that way. You know, I just realized, I'm pretty sure that's like the NordVPN logo? That's kind of strange, or at least something very, very similar. We have a new job, but let's check our other emails first. Laura Palmer / Lincoln High. Is that a Twin Peaks reference? Mr. Kowalski, I regret to inform you that your request for a salary increase was denied. Our budget is a bit tight this year. I hope you understand. Laura Palmer, school principal. P.S. The entire school staff wishes your daughter Elena a speedy recovery. I knew we were a janitor. I did not realize we were a high school janitor. God, so we pass by a ton of kids making a mess every single day. They look down on us and they have no idea what our other life is. Maybe that's all the more reason why we settle into this so easily. Tyler Novak. Okay, Tyler, what are you doing? Good news. How's it going? I guess it's been kind of busy for you lately, but I hope you're getting paid well. And you're not, like, really, really mad at me, right? I just wanted to give you a quick update, as you were the one who got me out of this mess and more. You see, Rob wasn't so irreplaceable after all. Jim kind of felt he was a psycho, so I think that's why he trusted me so easily. And now I'm the one in charge of selling pot. I got this gig thanks to you. We should celebrate it sometime. I can invite you for dinner. I make killer mac and cheese. Buddy, with the money I make from these things, we can pay for Elena's treatment and get a steak dinner. Like, I guess you could say there's some dignity in doing this honest, necessary work and just accepting that your life won't be glamorous. But when it's our daughter who's sick and really needs this money, that stops being the case. You get it however you can. Concerned guy. 2 birds, 1 tragedy. I just wanted to help her escape from a toxic relationship, but ended up making a terrible mess. I never meant for it to go this far. Now I have to get rid of the body, or they'll lock me up for killing that piece of crap. You have to help me. That sounds like good intentions, Will, but body count 3? Toxic love. Tell me, were you... Dexter, what are you doing down here?
Who's a good boy?
Being a good boy, for sure. Oh, look, it's pouring out there. Makes sense, considering the task we're about to go undertake. I imagine us driving our pickup down the roads in the pouring rain in the dark, and all kinds of horrible cargo in the back. Yep, we decided to get ourselves a dedicated container. Can't be driving around with them in the open like before. A concerned father wants to get his daughter out of a toxic relationship, so he decided to take care of her suspicious boyfriend. Not everything went according to plan. So there is additional context in the map screen.
It'll be a long night.
But perhaps a rewarding one.
Never mess with parental love. If something like that ever happened to Elena, I don't even want to imagine such a thing. Because I already know that I would do anything to save her.
Wow, you John Wicked this
Beautiful
place.
place with not so beautiful aftermath.
Well, if these guys are who the person says they are, then maybe it's not such a bad thing. But of course, that's a big if. Bathroom's clean though, which means we have a good place to start. And yes, every bathroom totally has just like a faucet over a drain in the wall. But anyway, I need to relearn the controls a little bit because it's been a couple weeks since I played. Right here. Although I'm not sure, I'm not sure why sponges look like some kind of spore. There we go. And let's get to work. I have a feeling that these things are going to grow ever more morally ambiguous as we go. The first one, a drug dealer, turned out to be serial killer, which we did to protect our friend. But rather than getting out while he's ahead, it seems like Tyler is getting in deeper, seeing it as an opportunity. Of course, maybe we don't have room to judge in that department. Does the mop look different, or is that just shadow? Hard to say. I did upgrade it so that it can hold a little more. Capacity is important here, especially since the amount of blood around is definitely increasing. First things first is always to find the bodies. We've got one so far, but who are the other two? That's the question. And more on to the point of Tyler, like, I feel like he's the one who's always gonna run his mouth, you know? Like, we are the humble janitor, and we probably take that attitude into the work we do. But him, he's always gunning for something bigger. He got really, really lucky in killing that drug dealer and not being off himself. But what happens when he decides he can push even further in his new role? Answer, probably drag us into it too, and that's the problem. Really, in our work and his, it sort of shows the contrast between our attitudes. We are a humble janitor, content to do our work and do it well. And he's ambitious, and, well, anyone who's seen Scarface knows that ambition is the worst thing you can have in this. Something here. Well, there's body number 2. You had to crawl your way over here. Maybe you messed with that panel and then were pulled down backwards? I saw that handprint on the wall right there. It's already going to be time to refill this bucket again soon. Some of you guys told me that we actually have limited garbage bags, so I've invested a decent amount in upgrading the garbage bags because we don't want to run out of those with broken stuff still on the floor. That'll prevent us from getting 100%. And so far, we've gotten 100% and all secrets on everything. According to this, that's about 1/3 of the blood already, which is kind of crazy. And speaking of Scarface, man, this place is... I want to say stylish, but that wouldn't be the word. I don't know what these guys are doing for money, but if they really are that scumbagalicious, I somehow doubt that their business is legitimate either. So far, except for the girls that were killed in the attic, pretty much everyone has been in the game. I mean, that guy was a drug dealer / serial killer. The people in the next tried to have Big Jim killed themselves to advance themselves. Let's get this table cleaned and back into place now. Yeah, this is a little bit tougher. There's a handprint there, meaning somebody grabbed onto it, and yet no body in sight. Which means that there was probably a lot of movement here. In fact, I'm guessing... You kind of make it more ambiguous for yourself as you go. So this guy was probably shot over here somewhere, or whatever happened to him. Made his way over to the wall, clambered over here. We need to find out what he was doing with that panel.
Like no one was ever here.
These are the kind of environments I like to work in. All alone, no one here, rain pouring outside on a dark night. And a task no one can ever see. It's like we're an elf or something cleaning up in the night so that when everyone awakes in the morning, everything's in order. Perfect grooves. Good luck with your exams. You got this. Let this music help you stay chill and focused. Proud of you. Dad. So he is a loving dad, at least in that way. We can hope that that means his intentions are good. Don't break, although we might not have any choice, actually. We can also accidentally move stuff out of the way. Yep. Yeah, I think this thing might have to break, right? I mean, if we use a sponge, will it be moved around? Scrubby Daddy. Our sponge has been replaced. Ah, it does work. Okay, so this is the fine work. There we are. Alright, so there we are. This is all gonna have to go. I'm just trying to clear a path so I can get at these bodies. I don't know if I should go up there first or start down here. Start down here. Wait, what did I do with the... okay, there it is. This is, like, you know, obviously there's only going to be so much I can say about a given crime scene, at least while we're doing the hard work of the big areas. But this is the kind of game where we can really just sort of talk about whatever's on our mind, you know? It's always these types of videos that end up being the more podcasty ones because, well, we can imagine ourselves as a janitor doing hours and hours of work while we listen to a podcast or something. I feel like podcasts really are, like, the biggest godsend to repetitive tasks, aren't they? Ensuring anyone can be entertained doing anything.
All work, no play. Goddamn.
Man, I was going to say that maybe even as our attention spans decrease, they increase our patience for such tasks, but maybe not. Well, maybe no play, but how about pay? Will that make things better for you? You'd probably be better off with a sponge here. Yes, the upgraded sponge actually really, really good at this. Alright, let's start moving bodies out. There is one that we can reach right away. Although it can be kind of tough to tell in the red light.
Neat little hiding spot. Didn't work, though.
Yeah, now the question is, did he follow you in here, or did you bleed out? Because, assuming all this came from you, there's plenty of blood out here to kill an elephant. I mean, from bleeding, blood isn't toxic to elephants. At least not as far as I know. Okay, that's us to you. Let's get you out of here.
Yes. An angry father had a little chat with his daughter's no-good boyfriend.
Yes, but that's clearly not the whole story. I feel like each of these jobs so far has had something to do with us. The first one was fairly simple, us helping out a friend in a time of need, showing who we are as a person, that we will do anything for those we care about. But then there were the bodies we found in the attic, and I think maybe... well, maybe that got us a little angry. We saw that ID saying that one of the victims was only a student. I don't know, maybe yeah, we gotta get that body first. Maybe we thought of Elena in that position. So, in that sense, we were more than happy to help, but then comes the second one, where these people tried to have Big Jim killed, these associates, who he called his family, and he had them killed in turn. Let's use this here, might make things a bit easier to see. There we go. Then we had the second mission where these people that Big Jim called his family tried to kill him, and in turn he had them killed, showing that even though criminals may use those words, they simply don't know what they mean like we do. At least for the time being, at least as far as we can understand. And then we have this one, this concerned father believing his daughter is in a toxic relationship and going and quite literally doing anything for his family and killing, presumably, the boyfriend and his associates. Although we do only have 2 of the bodies so far, so who knows. It's like us, willing to do anything for our daughter. You were pondering this abstract artwork, but what if that's not really what it is? Seems to me like this may be one of them two-way mirrors. And let's get a light on it. I thought it was just dirty or painted over.
Well, well, well. Look what we got here.
Didn't go the way I expected, but it certainly did yield results. There's a ring right there. And we can do some hacking on this. Okay.
Screw this.
I had forgotten how this works. Hang on. 9. 1. And then 6. 4, 2, 1.
Easy peasy. Voila.
There we go. $300. $700 here, $700 here. Yes, yes, yes. And unlike with Big Jim's place last time, we don't have to worry about who this belongs to. We don't care. Also, we don't seem to be doing this job for him unless our services are brokered through Big Jim. There we go, because it seems like this is just somebody who did what they had to. Let me take that. Oh, there is so much in the way of goodies back here. I mean, that cigarette pack's probably worth something too, right?
The girl believed in a true love. Ended up in a true crime.
Human trafficking list. Oh my god. So you know what? Maybe he did do the right thing. Even if it did end up being for the wrong reasons. That's actually grown pretty unambiguous pretty quickly, so much for everything I've been saying. But of course that could always change. There's still plenty more jobs to do. Start picking some of this stuff up. I've gone with the upgrade that allows the bags to carry more, which is probably going to be necessary for all the stuff we've still got to pick up. Let's just leave this here. The closer to the entrance, the better. I know I say this in every video that involves cleaning, which is a surprising number on this channel, but hey, creepy and comfy, right? It's so satisfying to watch a space be made right. This whole bloodbath of the front entrance now totally clean and just kind of carving our way through. But we can't clean it fully until we get upstairs and remove that body, so let's start working on that. Don't forget to get what dropped under the stairs. It's like cleaning behind your ears in the shower. You've got to remember to do it, you know? But this is a very detail-oriented line of work. The slightest thing amiss, and suddenly it's just a crime scene with very little evidence and not just, you know, not just a non-crime scene. Making sure nobody was ever here, that's the aim. Although that does have its own problems, like, you know, the problem may have been taken care of, but everybody's going to think that these people just disappeared. What if there was an active investigation into them?
Someone brought extra arguments for family talk.
Brass knuckles, classic, I like it. This really is a shotgun dad.
Won't budge.
No, but I bet we can find a key somewhere. Guess we might as well finish over here before we start moving upward. Honestly, though, I feel like you wouldn't be trying to remove blood from carpet this way. Wouldn't it be far more expedient to just roll up the carpet and take it out of here? It's like in the first part when we were just kind of cleaning canvas, and it's like, dude, just roll it up and throw it out. Or burn it.
It's hard to get used to this.
Actually, kind of funny that you use that line right now, of all times, because I was thinking before that it's got to be a different experience. It's definitely a grimmer experience when you actually have to get down on your hands and knees and scrub these lives off the floor. I don't know, it seems a little bit more intimate to me than the mop. Let's just get you cleaned up. I mean, man, it is amazing how much blood can fit into just 3 people, huh? Mop does a pretty good job with the wall. I need to think of some topics to talk about. Because this is the kind of show where you can just kind of end up talking about whatever. Problem is, when I'm doing work like this, I draw a total blank. Oh, let's get the sponge out. There you are. And good as new. And good as new. And good as new. Let's just pick up all this broken furniture. They shattered the coffee table. There you are. Oh, look, we got stuff blending in here, huh? If we pick you up, there you go. Oh, but you are still in need of scrubbing. There we go. Would have absolutely sucked to miss the blood on the back of this thing. That's the kind of thing that ends you, like, months later when somebody recognizes this place will go up on the market, they'll be declared missing, and eventually somebody finds the hint of what happened here. And then forensics come in, and this whole thing suddenly is under a lot more scrutiny. There we are. Make sure this is in order. And I think that should be this back room cleared. Question is, what does this do? Oh, let's not forget the blood on the box. Okay, now we're ready to start moving up the stairs. There's actually not all that much from the look of it. Hang on, let's take that UV lamp and bring it over here. Yeah, I guess it was a lot of blood on the stairs. Maybe... actually, what did happen? Did somebody make it upstairs or come down? It's hard to tell. There's certainly less blood up here. Come on. There's daughter's shoes, I suppose. And here's everything that came out of this guy. Of course, everything is continuing to come out of this guy, which is why he's kind of a priority to get rid of. Actually, let's get some more light up here, because I can't see a thing. Necklace?
Might be worth something.
Might be worth something, but doesn't it belong to the daughter? I suppose that's probably the least of their concerns now. Any blood on this chair? No. Alright, well, we've probably got to use our cleaner sense to figure out where this goes. We should probably be removing these shoes, right? I mean, we don't want to tie her to the crime scene. I mean, I guess 3 bodies isn't so far outside the realm of possibility, considering this was a whole human trafficking operation. But so far, we've got 2 guys who seem to be part of it. I'm worried about who the third is going to be. That's the thing, is that I feel like every single one of these missions turns out to be more than what you thought. Like, to us, we can view it as purely the mechanics of cleaning up. It's so routine, but each one is so far the culmination of several people's life story. A climactic conclusion, and we're just the guy who mops up afterwards. In a way, we're the one who really closes the book on them for good. Which kind of means that, all these people who led these very exciting lives and are totally unrelated to each other, at least on their face, well, they all share me in common, don't they? Okay, that's gonna be a problem, so we need the sponge. Again, why we're not just taking this thing off the wall and disposing of it, I do not know. There we are. As for you...
Was this the potential client?
So we've got the dealer and the buyer, then. Makes some sense. If we place you on the floor, can we get a better look at you? Guess it doesn't matter now, and I guess that counted as close enough. Whatever, makes no difference to me. Stuff like this makes me wish we could carry a second bucket. Come on, let me up on the chair. Well, the rest we can probably get from up there. I feel like we need to upgrade this mop's effectiveness. I see this and the way it works next to the sponge, and it just can't compare. Go. Just make sure we're all set for blood down here. Blood is by far the most important thing. So much that still needs to be set right. Come on.
There. No one will even notice.
That's the hope. You back here. You back... God, where do you go? Everything's all knocked around. You things just seem to be here to create more trash for me, honestly. Here, you should be alright in... here. In a nice corner where you can wobble haphazardly. It's literally like a comedy bit. Alright, let's get upstairs. Blood is the mess that gets to make more mess, so it's pretty important that we deal with that first. We need to bring our lighting up. A phone. Yo, I think I found your dream, girl. Come today, let's make a deal. Does she meet the requirements? Of course. 23 years old, blonde, just your type. Sounds good. Send her to me.
Poor Jane. All she did was to catch the eye of the wrong man.
And now he's dead and the world's better for it. Oh god, this blood is on the other side of the glass. We're gonna need a way to get up here. Let's push our mop through and get that. And, I guess just keep bringing this forward. Once this area is all done, I think, then we'll see what that power box does. Because I'm sure there's still plenty more to find and loot. Those are shell casings on the ground. And there is the weapon. So, the dealer dies downstairs, the buyer dies up here, there's still a door. Maybe those locks will disengage when we kill the power.
I see that Plan B had to be put in motion.
One with guns, one with brass knuckles. Oh, there's some jewelry we can take here, which I suppose they won't be missing. Seems like he was a meth head, too. Well, I guess that benefits us, and is utterly unsurprising. Yeah, we're probably better off just plopping this thing down right in the middle, and what a mess is up here. I get it. So, I think I can piece this together. So, this guy is sitting up here, maybe sampling the goods, maybe waiting for her to be brought out. And then there's a knock on the door, or ringing of the doorbell. Just one moment, please. The seller gets up, goes to walk downstairs, answers the door, and is immediately beat up. He is just annihilated, tries to get away, but ends up crawling into here and expiring before he can kill the power, I guess. And then this guy is like, what's going on? He can't really see what's happening. And he maybe rushes over here where our father just kind of starts putting rounds into him. He tries to flee, but doesn't quite make it. It suggests that the shooting happened from right here, though. So I'm kind of having a hard time piecing together a timeline. People didn't even have the courtesy to die neatly. But I like that, though. We can speculate, but we can't really know. We can play CSI, but we're not CSI. We're trying to make their jobs harder. In fact, we're trying to make it so that they never know this happened at all. Oh my god, all over the carpet. For stuff like this, the sponge is kind of just better. Like, for uses outside of what you would think. This must be a bathroom, because it's giving me the indicator for another faucet there. Maybe we really are meant to kill the power a bit sooner. Well, we'll do that after we use our new tool, which I bought as an upgrade, which was this here stepladder. It may not be enough. Yeah, I really don't think that's going to be enough unless we can make it with you. Just barely, just barely. But the handprints remain. Maybe they are on that side? Kind of hard to tell. Ah, they are. That explains it. Let's finish this up. That's a majority of the blood. Although it only says 51%, so who knows? There's something printing out of the printer. People just leave cash just lying around in this world, and... well, that's great for a world of criminality, since I can help myself, but it doesn't make a lot of logical sense. You'd think it would all at least be in one place. Let's have a look in the drawers. Yes, any opportunity we have to do so, we should. In every mission, I swear, there's the opportunity to double your money by helping yourself. Alright, now the garbage bags. I hope I have enough to get everything. And let's toss that right over. One of the most fun things about cleaning games to me is how, you know, you're gonna get it done. It's not like it's hard to do anything, but you will develop more efficient ways to do things. All these little shortcuts that you can do, which is, I imagine, true of real janitorial work. Where does this go? Right here. There's still some blood on the ground. Let's just wave this over and make sure we've got it all. Seems to be the case thus far. put you? Oh, I forgot. We have a flashlight now. That's another upgrade that I bought. Yep. And yep. Well, that would have helped us out earlier. How's about you? Over here. Oops. And here. And that's one of my favorite parts of this. Would you believe it? Would you ever believe what this place looked like just minutes ago? So a lot of spring cleaning to be done down here. You guys had told me that there's limited garbage bags. That would make it impossible to 100%. But I don't see any indicator for the number left. All this stuff's still out of place, but we're doing pretty well down here. There's some evidence over here that I missed. It's all Kyle's fault. First he got you hooked on drugs, now he's gonna turn my baby girl into, yeah. You don't get it, we're soulmates, we're in love. It's not love, this is a disease. If he hurts you again, I will end him. You do that and I'll kill myself. Stay out of my life.
Hate will tear us apart, one family at a time.
I mean, you know, there's those Romeo and Juliet disapproved of relationships. She thinks it's one of those. He is living in the right genre. And the thing is, from their individual perspectives, they look just the same. This rescue is not going to be appreciated. And that's interesting. Even though he's been a hero and gotten her out, she won't see it that way. She'll always see him as the psycho dad who killed her boyfriend. I don't know, maybe the fact that she was being sold will hopefully mean she's changed her perspective by the end. But you never know. Oh, yep, and yep, and yep, and yep. This apartment, it may be a little bit more blood, but it's definitely made convenient. Now I've got to try messing with the power.
That should lift the lockdown.
Oh. Oh, it's a lockdown. So wait then, does that mean that he was trying to protect something? I mean, the girl is presumably not here anymore, given the nature of the job, but what else was he trying to hide? Well, this seems to just be a storage closet with some money being laundered. There is a comfort in longing for something that's forever gone. I guess maybe it's unambiguous. It's unambiguous, but it's an unambiguity in a negative conclusion, isn't it? I mean, is that really better? That's what I thought.
Holy fuck. He did not mention this. Does he even... No?
I mean, I had said that it's just business for us, but each mission so far has found a way to hit close to home. There's footsteps walking away. I'm honestly not sure if they're mine. But either way, they need to be gone. I mean, yeah, he wouldn't have been able to get in and see this if he initiated the lockdown, right? I mean, yeah, he wouldn't... the father wouldn't have been able to get in and see this if the lockdown was initiated before he could get here. Maybe he's still looking. Are we gonna tell him? We are also running into a little bit of gameplay and story disintegration here, because I had always assumed that the number of bodies is what's being reported by the person giving the job, but it's clearly more meta here. Well, let's get her out of here.
Exhausted from drugs and toxic relations, she went out on her own terms.
I'm surprised by your take on this. Are you saying you kind of almost respect her? Well, you're getting dragged out on the same cart with the rest of them.
She warned you all.
There was no good ending for her. This game does have a streamer mode, which I sort of imagine means that maybe there's like copyrighted music in here. I hope I'm not going to have to mute anything. I haven't had to mute anything so far, but like, again, really, really good soundtrack choices so far. And now we can listen to this stuff whenever we want. Maybe we can enter our emo phase. Strain it. Look at that, framed right up in those windows on a stormy night. I used to believe true love would set me free from my family home, which I saw as my prison. When I finally found love and decided to run away with you, it was like all my dreams had come true. I never imagined we'd be so miserable together. You got me to believe that drugs will solve our problems, fix our relationship. Things only got worse. I loved you, but you can only love yourself. Now I have nothing to live for. Nothing.
Her last farewell to this wretched world.
And maybe she was too good, too idealistic for it. We're all done now. And now there's nothing left but a squeaky clean apartment and the patter of rain. There's a level of storytelling in this game that I really appreciate because, you know, it's very funny at first how we're going in and being such a neutral, almost sarcastic observer to these scenes. But in tone, this game does remember to take itself seriously where it needs to. And I think it elevates this above other games in the genre, among other ways. And now we've just gotta take what was left. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because at the end of the day, we're doing this so that this doesn't happen to us, or at least so we won't have to go through the same thing. There's still something out of place. There we go. Man, I compared it in the last part to being almost like a Vince Gilligan show, where it's very fun and almost seems to glorify this. It's goofy and darkly humorous. But by the end, it always sinks in just what it is you're doing, and it finds just the right way to make that land. And you remember that this game has more to it than it at first let on. So I guess I'll just do my final sweep, and we'll get out of here. We were never here. Just an empty apartment and nothing more. Now what about secrets? Because I had another look around, but I think I only found one. We did, again, practically double our money on stealing, which is very good for Elena and for us. Oh, that's a lot of new points. And, okay, that was all. So, once again, we found everything. And popped a bunch of achievements. If this is mission 3, I'm really just wondering where this work will take us. I mean, the previous ones, I'm sure we could compartmentalize, but this has got to have us thinking. Dexter, why are you staring at the corner?
Daddy is a criminal now, but you're still a good boy.
Here we can increase our mop stats, and underwater we're gonna want a better bucket. There we go, and we can carry an additional bucket twice, so that's definitely something we want. There we go, and slow down the rate at which... these are detergent upgrades. No, we don't necessarily want those. I haven't really found them... I should probably be using them more, but, you know, I have no problem taking my time. We can get an additional UV lamp. That could be useful. Everything else we can't really afford. City utilities invoice. I hope you're at least putting enough aside to pay this stuff off. Then again, maybe you've got your eyes on the prize. Maybe it's all about Elena. Look at this. We're literally lit by candlelight. This is what we go back to. Let's go to bed and see what work awaits us. Tyler says, miracle after miracle. Ever since you helped me, it's as if every day brings another miracle. I thought I was already done for. You know, all these debts, no good school or normal work, and so on. But things actually do get better. Recently I met this girl, Trisha, and we instantly clicked. She also belongs to the streets, so she gets it. Gets me. She makes great music, and I know she'll rock it one day. It's weird, but it kind of makes me think more about life. Or she does. I don't know. I hope to introduce her to you one day. Well, we just got done draining a similar story. Clinic. Unpaid treatment costs. Mr. Kowalski, this will be the last time I remind you to cover all the payments that are already overdue. The maximal payment term is 60 days. You owe our clinic $23,000, and it's increasing by $1,500 a day. We'd rather not stop Elena's treatment, but if you don't pay us by the end of the month, you won't leave us a whole lot of options. Yeah, as usual, the real criminal in this game is the American healthcare system. Although this clearly isn't an American developer. They called upstairs the first floor in that apartment. Anon King, Short Circuit. You don't gotta know my name, but I know you, Mr. Kowalski. As you know, this world is ruled by hackers and real estate agents. And guess who's the OG among them? Yours truly. I hardly ever screw up, but dang, this time I really dropped the ball. The housing market's going wild, so obviously I had to mess with the price of that dope house I had my eye on. Hacked into its smart home system, freaked out the fam living there, had them thinking it's a haunted crib. Never saw the murder-suicide plot twist coming. My bad. Can you sort out this mess for me? There's a fat reward waiting for you if you do. Okay, the Scooby-Doo gag went a little far. But we're going into a digitally haunted house, you say? This one could be a little bit of a palate cleanser. Smart home got hacked so hard that the family who lived in it started believing the place is haunted. Now they're all dead. I'll be honest with you, you could not have predicted that leap. That's quite a thing. Also quite inventive, lowering the property value by creating a haunting. It literally is just a hacking Scooby-Doo plot.
Don't ask me why smart houses began to creep the shit out of me. I saw so many weird things all in one place. No wonder those people went mad. If I didn't know, I would have gone mad too.
Now I'm curious. Ooh. How does a smart home account for that?
Is scaring one's neighbors to death the only way to fight these insane housing prices?
There's an argument to be made. Oh, here's where we go. Did this thing just flush itself? Alright, well, no matter. Let's start with our bucket. And we do not have a lot of light in here. Maybe we should have brought more. But let's put down our UV lamp and get to work. I'm already hearing weird sounds all over. Oh, Mr. Basketball, you're gonna have to be cleaned. Cleaning a round object, not the easiest thing when we can't manipulate it the way we need. Nope, don't roll back into the blood. So, anything else? Are you clean? It didn't do the thing. Guess you're alright. Wait, there's evidence over here.
Such a little device, so much carnage.
I guess you can't turn this stuff off either. Well, that's fortunate for us. Also, yes, the mop is changing. Oh, let's go. Oh, this is much, much more effective. Thank you. Which means we at least have less to worry about in the dark. Actually, we have substantially more to worry about in the dark. That's the entire premise of the mission, isn't it? Still, occasionally this place does get a bit disturbingly quiet. Make our way upstairs. It looks like somebody was badly injured here and made their way up. Then again, those handprints suggest downward motion, don't they? I'm hearing more sounds from up here. Let's see what's behind these ground floor doors. Locked. Locked. We're gonna have to find a key then.
Well, that door's closed.
But maybe we
Can
can...
I say it's still locked?
Yeah, don't take attitude with me. There's gotta be some way to open it, right? I mean, it may seem like a regular suburban hallway. In fact, it looks a little bit like Silent Hill PT. However, it did say that this was a larger map than the previous one. We're just gonna have to walk through this.
Used for murder or some kind of exorcism? Probably both. Christ almighty.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess you combine a religious family with things that seem to confirm that stuff to them, and you get a recipe for pure insanity. This was horrific. So how does trying to exorcise this house lead to a double murder-suicide? That's the part we've still yet to determine, but I have a feeling we're going to learn. Thankfully, that UV lamp is doing some crazy work from down there. It seems to just be radius-based and nothing else. Let's bring it on up. It's these little details that you miss. So, a number of rooms here. I'm thinking we're probably going to start at the end of this hall right here. Oh my god. It really does look like the scene of some exorcism gone wrong. Then again, I suppose all of this comes from human fears. There's something under the boxes back here. Another speaker. Why do they have to be hidden? Like, did you have to do some watchdog stuff and sneak into here to plant these things? I had assumed they would be part of the smart home, and therefore, like, mounted on the walls or something? Guess it hardly matters now.
Definitely not God's work.
I don't know, have you read the Bible? God's a funny guy. Let's work our way into here. Why did I even bother trying to jump? We have got work to do. Oh, you turned the lights off. You are a drinker and a partier. Maybe your normal behavior came to be seen as demonic. That's quite a thing in, like, evangelical circles, is any perceived misbehavior on the part of their kids gets seen as, like, some kind of demonic possession or other corruption. Couldn't just be kids being kids. There we go. The excitement that must have played out here. Once again, it really seems like these sheets should be a write-off.
Blunt force trauma. Hit in the head many, many times.
With the cross itself, maybe? I mean, I can't imagine it's common, but I believe there have been deaths during exorcisms. Now, if we switch sponges, yes, we have a second one that we can move to. There we go. That was much, much easier than it probably should have been. Wow. Oh, it's for the entire floor. I was going to say, according to this thing, that's only 37% of all the blood. I was like, how much is still in this room? There's that bucket cleaned, but we should start bringing 2 of these. I mean, we've expanded our capacity. Let's use it. Clean lamp. Come on, clean lamp. And we should probably use the UV lamp and bring it forward, right? Come on. Boop. I mean, hey, when it comes to the UV lamp, I guess we should be grateful people like to kill in the dark. The absolute frenzy and hysteria people can get worked into, I swear. Although, like the others, I imagine there's gotta be something more to this, right? There's always some twist. Then again, Haunted Smart Home is quite the twist all its own, don't you think? Still, I really wish we could switch the lights on. Because we've still gotta clean this place of all its garbage and shattered badness. Good as new. Ah, we had a pizza enjoyer, huh? Oh, here's our first bit of information. My mom is scaring the crap out of me, dude. What? Why? I wake up and she's standing over my bed praying. Didn't know she was so religious. She wasn't, but now she thinks the devil lives in our house. I'm packing my things and moving out of this place.
Religious fanatics. Sometimes your mom is one of them.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird that they jumped to that from not being religious before into literally murdering their family before they discovered the freaking speakers. Like, they never followed the sounds? What lack of critical thinking does to somebody, huh? Anyways, you are gonna go up here. And you... over here? No? Please tell me I'm not responsible for all this guy's garbage. Because it is a lot. A real lot. Thankfully we can hold it all.
Right into the bucket.
Just like so many other lives. Now, I'm seeing a couple of things, though, that I can't account for. Is that a toy mouse? Oh god, maybe they had a cat? Or maybe this guy just liked the simple things in life. Okay, it's a little inconvenient that this isn't done by room, but we can at least see that we've got a good amount of what's here. We may have gotten the blood, but because of how cluttered this room is, it's gonna make it something of a pain to find all the garbage. So let's bring our stuff around and continue down the hall. Where do we want to start? Right here seems a good spot. Key to the living room. I'm still hearing noises all over. So this seems really primitive for a smart home. Mom is losing it. What I see is a small malfunction or some kind of a glitch. For her, is hard evidence of us being cursed or even possessed. Her meds either don't work or she isn't even taking those pills. I don't know where to get help. We're doomed. May God have mercy on this family.
No, God didn't help them. It's not really his thing.
So what's essentially going to happen is this family is going to disappear, and that note is going to be left behind because apparently we're not taking it as evidence. With one staticky TV still remaining. Right. Let's go into this room then.
Oh, God.
Let's just plop this down. And hey, at least we'll have some tunes to work to. We need to bring the buckets over. Of course, music usually means a music tape. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Well, back to work again, as before. You might understand that this is the sound you died to. Man, I'm now realizing, being a smart home, this hacker probably watched all of this happen over cameras and would have been powerless to do anything about it. I wonder if in those final moments the hacker's voice was screaming out over the speakers, like trying to explain everything, but by then it was too late, and it was just shown as an other sign of possession. Oh my god. Something about doing a task while trying to talk, like, it's not even an intensive task. I find it harder than trying to talk while running from enemies. I cut so much because of that. Alright, bud, you're coming with me. Although, we don't actually have a means around. I'm not seeing any evidence to pick up. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit strange. What happened to you?
Open. Must have been a heavy caliber. Painted the walls red.
But then where's the gun? That's bothering me a little bit. Get in there, you. It's body 2. We're tracking blood. I guess we should count ourselves lucky that the body models don't really show the extent of the damage that's seemingly implied. I'm Mike Rowe, and this is Dirty Jobs. I mean, my god, what a leap. Okay, so Mom was on medication. Maybe she was actually the one who did this. Kinda made an assumption here.
It's splattered in all directions.
That's really the only way I can think for why there's not a gun here. And in that case, I guess there is more to it than just convincing a bunch of idiots that their house is haunted. But I suppose it doesn't matter. The result is the same, and they were the cause, and they're gonna have to live with this. I mean, the house is probably going to be cheaper now. Actually, I've heard that, like, murder houses do end up going on the market for cheaper. I don't know how much that's the case these days, but I've heard that that was always a thing, and I wonder if the same is true if the family goes missing. Probably not, right? Yeah, once again, this is going to be a case of if I didn't know. Let's put you back in place. Ooh, there is some evidence here. The shotgun.
Both barrels empty.
It's a digitally inspired Amityville horror. Well, let's take their stuff. They're not using it. Wait. Wait, didn't we pick up something different from right there before? Oh well, this jewelry will keep me busy and not make me think about it too much. Huh, that is strange. That is very strange. Okay, well, we can't open this.
Looks fine now.
Some garbage. Is there any more blood we need to be worried about? Right here. Look at that, handprints all over the wall. Although it doesn't look like anybody made it too far from where they were. So that's a little bit strange. Why is the blood spread all over the place? Is there anything we need to know about in here? A Again, doesn't seem so. Just one room left on this floor.
Shit, this job will kill me one day.
Huh. So there is a cat. That explains the mouse toy in the other room. Surveillance recordings. Sometimes there are computers at the crime scene that could contain some important information or evidence. In order to search through it and delete it, interact with the computer and proceed to the right folder or file. Then a notification about restricted access may appear. To go around the security system, you can try to hack into it. We can do manual hacking or brute force hacking. Once it's complete, you obtain access to the protected content, which you may now delete. Yeah, I mean, if all this was on camera, that can't ever get out.
Sometimes you really don't need much to make people go crazy.
Sometimes people are looking for an excuse to go crazy. Alright, let's have a look at this. You are trying to access a protected folder. Authentication required. Let's do manual hacking. There we go. Easy peasy. And now we can see all of this. But we can't actually watch it, though. Alright, let's just manually delete each folder. I guess we've never heard of the control key. There we go. Imagine laying in bed at night and looking over and seeing this. But it doesn't seem like much really happened here. I mean, this is all wine on the floor.
I'm not a garbage man. I'm a trash collector.
Oh, we can be a little of both. And a thief. More jewelry? Still very low value items. But then again, I guess they're also not criminals. Hang on. Yep, we found some meds. Okay, where is that? There's a picture of the kitty. And I imagine they're waiting to jump scare us at just the right moment, right? I've forgotten this counts as trash. Hang on. What is that in the corner? I don't know, but it's valuable and we can take it. No wonder she thought he was possessed. Now, it says we're still missing some evidence upstairs. Ah, right here.
These antipsychotics didn't work at all.
But it doesn't count as evidence. She is drinking along with it. So that's probably not good. You go there. And now it's just a matter of finding the last bit of evidence. This limited battery is killing me. Oh, well, we can steal your stash. Does that count as evidence? Probably not. Yeah, searching through these boxes is definitely helpful. Well, there's a mannequin arm back here. Why did we have that? Tuna is good fish. Not gonna lie, lots of signs are starting to point to the cat. My God. I had not noticed you before. Steal that. I've been running around for a long time trying to find this last piece of evidence, and I just can't do it. So I guess now is as good a time as any to start opening up doors. Oh my god. And the Roomba still bumps around dutifully. Well, rest easy, little buddy. We'll take it from here.
That haunted robot vacuum won't stop until I beat the shit out of it.
Hear another one of those speakers. You look at that pose. It's ritual suicide. But not before having a few more glasses of wine. Let's just wash away all this sin in a nice cleansing water. Actually, what do we have as far as detergents? Because, you know, I haven't been using them nearly enough. We got clean detergent. And we got strength. Yeah, I mean, let's just use some clean detergent. I don't think we got the update, or the upgrade that allows us to use 2. Or no, I guess we did. Alright. Might as well, right? Here we are. Some good cleaning.
No jump scares. Let's keep it that way.
I love how that's the #1 thing on your mind, is a fear of that happening. Yep. So, Haunted Roomba, are those sounds playing from you, or is it another speaker? That's the question. Either way, we should probably seize you. Yep. Duh. 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 Duh.
You either die cleaning, or live long enough to be cleaned.
And I guess we're putting you straight into the trash after this. Is that like ascending to Valhalla for a Roomba? Anyway, let's grab that. All of this. So much broken. She was an absolute menace. There's gotta be more than one speaker, right? Because it's coming from all over. She went out really, really messily. What'd she do? Drain all her blood or something? This cat, which, its whereabouts are still unknown, which is pretty much the most dangerous place for a cat. Okay, let's lift you up and out.
After she killed her family, she finally stabbed herself in the heart. That's where maternal love comes from.
Ugh. Well, let's go. Got to be this absolutely duped. I always say that these things that we're walking through are the climax of people's lives, and, well, I suppose that's no less true here. It's very different from her perspective than from everyone else's. She thought she was battling the forces of darkness, and instead she's gonna go down only to us and that hacker as kind of a nut, and that's all. Okay, there's another one of those speakers around here somewhere. Let's bring this forward. I had the other bucket, but this one's got the detergent.
Everything started when Adam got back home from his studies. The first thing I noticed was the sudden temperature changes. It was either so cold in here that you could see your breath, or so hot that it felt like a fever. Then, things started moving on their own at night. At that point, I was sure Adam was possessed. I had to save my little boy. Save his soul from the evil spirit within him.
Fear and delusions led her to murder.
She's a rough 43. That's all I'm thinking right now. Where's that speaker, though? Right there.
The devil's work.
Got it. Now we can work in peace, although it certainly was a bit of ambiance, huh? Swore on the Bible with her bloodied hands, and then put it down and did what she did. Always want to get close to these things with a sponge. Any stealables over here? This looks valuable. Nothing over $50 around here, is there? It's kind of funny. It's almost like they're trying to live a minimal, simple life in a smart home. Then again, maybe from what we've read, she only kind of became a Bible study lady in her final moments. Or in however long this took place over. Alright, the trash bag situation is gonna have to be increased. There we go.
My janitor training comes in handy once again.
Oh, I imagine this pays a lot better than a janitor. She took off her rings, which I will now put on eBay. I mean, my God. It sort of looks like she did this right there where she died, but she managed to get a lot of blood everywhere while she was doing it. According to this, that's only 81% of all the blood in this place. Oh. It's going to be kind of hard to get at this blood before we moved all this stuff. This is actually really inconvenient. This murder is ruining my weekend. Move the UV lamp up again. Come on. These handprints all over. It's like she was deliberately trying to mark the house up. Because, again, her two murders were very much in one place. One shot and they're dead. And then her, she bled out right here. Well, we just got an achievement for destroying objects, so I guess that's a silver lining. I guess nobody will miss what's not here. I can still hear that crying. One more speaker maybe? Or again, maybe the cat. And that's all trash. Let's try and keep it that way. And get this stuff back in order. And the reason I'm so in a hurry to get this stuff back in order when I normally do that last is because there's a lot potentially hiding here. And we need to make sure we take care of it all. You need to be out of my way. Carefully lower you down. You things like to wobble and tip yourselves over. The physics is not friendly in this. You know what? You're fine right there. There's that. You. And not you. And you. So you probably go over here. We gotta make sure the furniture is right. They can't just disappear willy-nilly. I mean, we know that the cat walked through all of this. We know that the cat is partially responsible for spreading this stuff around. But I'm kind of calling it. I'm taking a leap right now. There's more to this cat than we think. Didn't think we'd get answers this quickly. It's just looping, I think. This can't be explained by smart home hackery, can it? These things are all full of tuna and toys and $300. Big Jim is one thing, but do I really want to steal from this cat? This cat who I have still yet to locate, mind you. The sound of the cat, I'm trying to follow it, and it seems to come all the way back here. That's the collar. Wait, wait! All these photos, the collar? The cat's dead, isn't it? And you had a bit of an unhealthy obsession. But, see, here's the thing, is that, like, look, the sounds being played, obviously this hacker got clued into the fact that the cat is dead, and they can make it look like it's haunting the house, right? I mean, the camera is right here. But what about the paw prints upstairs? That is so cool. I love that.
Taking this home.
I love it when there's just that one little thread. Just in time. Oh, and it's a good thing. You showed us that we missed a spot. I love that. I've always loved the trope, even though it's been done a million times, of a Scooby-Doo hoax that in the end gets exposed, but there's just that one little thing that doesn't make sense. This was a really, really cool mission. Now that that's cleaned, looks like that cat has made a bit more of a mess for us. It counts as blood, but it's not really blood. Oh wow, this is actually really tough. This doesn't want to come out. These are wood floors. Why is it so difficult? Yep. Just give me all that. I guess this doesn't count. Gotta be real gentle with these things. Probably for the best that I didn't end up taking your collar, huh? Something tells me you'd follow me home if that were the case. And meow loudly for food at 5 a.m. It all originates straight back from your bed, as if you got up and walked out in 2 directions simultaneously.
I've got a hunch on who the family favorite was.
Yep. And they never left. You know, maybe it wasn't just the drugs, maybe it wasn't just the hacking. Again, maybe there's influence here. But there's still plenty of furniture to be set aside. You go there, you go here. Apparently we're not righting the table itself, we're just leaving it at this angle. Which would bother me quite a bit. Let's just put this cheese back and close the door. Crawl space.
In LA, this could have been a whole apartment.
Cell 1. Well, there's more to loot here. Much more to loot. Well, this is where the family kept their valuables. Maybe I had just gotten so used to criminals leaving their stuff out in the open.
Yeah, this is exactly the read I was hoping for right now.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Clay by H.L. Bowling. A police hat. Maybe this whole thing is just a Harry Potter reference, or maybe this is part of what led her to believe her son was possessed. You know, evangelicals and their Harry Potter. Here's more of what needs to go back. You and you. And... oh, are you stuck? Stuck by what exactly? Oh, maybe you need to be closed first. There you go.
The doors were locked, so she must have trashed the place herself.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe the cat was responsible for more of this mess than we think, because her rampage simply cannot account for it. We also simply cannot turn this staticky TV off. You should be all that's left. There we go. And now we just need to get rid of the garbage bags. Well, not entirely. I think there's still evidence upstairs, isn't there? Where's the last one? Right here. And away you go. But we're not done. What is that last bit of evidence? Oops. Well, we found some more money. Here's another mannequin arm. So we brought you that. Wonder if that does anything. Oh my god. Well, there it is. I tried to open these lockers before I couldn't. There we go. Can we grab this thing? We can. It's just stuck. Okay, no, we're spending a little more time here because there's clearly something to do with this mannequin, right?
Whoa, whoa, easy.
A lot of things. There must be something important, right? Like $100? I'd clean this mess for $100.
You can't have haunted house without secret room.
I thought it looked a little crooked and I wasn't sure if... Okay. Okay. Wait. There's a locker here. Oh, wait, no, I think this is something different, but look, there's the rest. There's the torso and a leg. Hang on, wait, let's bring you out. There's a lot more to find here still. Come on, get out. hate my neighbors. The constant cacophony of stupidity that pours from their apartment is absolutely soul-crushing. Doesn't matter how politely I ask them to practice some common courtesy. They're incapable of comprehending that their actions affect other people. Alright, well, there's gotta be something we can do with all this, right? We've got a leg, 2 arms, a head. The whole back hallway opened up. And here's where you keep a ton of cash and valuables. Okay, that just made this job a lot more worth it. And there's... And the kitty made its way here as well. Huh. Does it approve, perhaps? Let's bring out the mop. This thing really gets around, doesn't it? Leading straight into the vent. Does that mean there's something to do with this? My god, is that where you live? In the walls? In the vents? Did you go missing? Is that what happened? We're not ready to stop just yet, because there's still a missing mannequin leg. And there's no way I'm leaving without figuring out what's going on there. That'll be a third secret, by the way. Nothing here. Nothing in the freezer. These cabinets are searchable. And worthwhile. Look at that, the mice all gathered to kill the synthetic. Right there. I found it. I found it. Yep, come on. Come on. These things are stuck in the most annoying places where we can't really remove them. Alright, that's everything. Now, where do we place you? Alright, I have tried basically everything, and I've looked on the Steam forums, and it doesn't seem like there's anything you can actually do with the mannequin, at least not as far as anyone has been able to find. So I guess we're just gonna have to leave this here? I mean, all this in your eyes? I don't know. Your face is gone. And that light, it wasn't red before, was it? Wait. Oh, wait. No. So there's 6 mannequin parts and 5 red lights, if you count the heater in the other room. What do we do with that? I truly don't know, and at this point, I think I just have to move on. But the end screen will tell us if we missed something, right? Perfect cleaning as usual. You know, after a while of doing a ghost and Easter egg hunt, I had almost forgotten that this used to be a crime scene. And we've got a lot of stolen goods. There we go. Now let's find out what we missed. Apparently we didn't miss anything, so what was the deal with that mannequin? There's gotta be something, right? Unless it really is just an annoying red herring. Okay, well, I was gonna say we've exorcised that place, but not really. The cat remains. I don't know why I came in and I just kind of felt the need to look around. Yeah, no, Dexter, why are you getting closer and closer to that corner and just staring?
Who's a good boy? Who's not working for a mob?
Well, you still seem to be okay. Alright, now is there anything else we can do on our computer? And the Nord logo turned red. What the heck? What the heck? That is a lingering problem here. I don't remember if that heater was here before, but please tell me we didn't take any objects home from that. I mean, you know, besides the ones we liberated. Look, we can see all of our tapes here. Oh my god, this game is nuts. You didn't let me down, that's for sure. The sudden vanishing act of all the folks in the house is one heck of a way to drive down its price. Not exactly what I had in mind initially, but hey, it did the trick. Thanks. Yeah. Well, anyway, this has been another installment of Crime Scene Cleaner, and I think we got a pretty rounded view of all the room for creativity in telling stories with environments and through our work. That was surprisingly deep. I mean, lots of games like this will have, like, their signature spooky mission, but that was something else. I was just gonna say, there was a real haunting in amid the fake one. It seems like something else has come home, too. They really put more effort into that than they needed to, but I'm happy for it. Okay, well, our candle at home is now host to a ghost cat, and our dog is picking up on it, I think. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.